Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this Impact interview, diving into crucial aspect of Vietnam's evolving energy landscape and the role of Wärtsilä in shaping the future of sustainable energy solutions. I'm Honam Shah, a senior content analyst from Leader Associates, and it's my great pleasure to host this conversation today. Joining us is Mr. Nicolas Leong, Energy Business Director for North and South Asia at Wärtsilä. In his role, Mr. Leong leads sales and business development teams, ensuring customer satisfaction and accelerating the energy transition in his region. And Wärtsilä, a global leader in innovative technologies and lifecycle solutions for marine and energy market, emphasizes sustainability and continuous improvement in environment and economic performance. So Mr. Leong, we really appreciate your time and expertise today. To begin, let's discuss the rapidly evolving energy landscape in Vietnam.
So as we all know, the Vietnam's energy landscape is rapidly evolving right now. So I'm actually wondering, how does Wärtsilä perceive the growth, the potential growth for flexible generation, including internal combustion energy (ICE) and battery storage systems (BESS) in the Vietnamese market, in particular concerning grid stabilizations and renewable energy integration?
Thank you for the question. So first of all, a big thank you to Impact Leader Associate for inviting us today. To answer your first question, by the end of 2022, the share of renewable energy in Vietnam power system increased to 26%, with about 20 gigawatt already in operation, thus meeting approximately around 44% of the total peak demand. You know, this high renewable energy share is already causing a challenge for the grid operator, especially in central and in the south of Vietnam. For example, during the low demand hours at lunch, solar reaches its maximum output, thus resulting in overproduction and grid conduction, leading to a reduced capacity from traditional sources such as hydro, coal, and CCGT. Many baseload plants has been facing operational challenges with multiple start and stop per day, high startup costs, and partial load. On the other hand, during the peak hours in the evening, solar cannot be mobilized, thus leading to a high requirement of reserve capacity. As you can see, this situation is clearly showing the need for flexible technology such as IC and BESS that have the capacity of fast start, quick ramp rate, low minimum load to back up for the intermittency of renewable and balancing the energy supply and demand.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Leong. And also, as we all know, green hydrogen production from wind energy is gaining momentum globally. So, can you share your views on hydrogen as a future fuel for power generation, not only in Vietnamese market but also for the whole ASEAN renewables market?
Yeah, thanks for the question. You know, hydrogen is a very big topic. It's like the buzzword in our industry. And in Vietnam, there are several projects that have been proposed that are now developing offshore wind. And actually, those excess offshore wind can be used to produce green hydrogen. Actually, the approved PDP number 8 already mentioned quite clearly that such renewable energy projects are encouraged to be developed without any limitation on its capacity. For example, the green hydrogen produced can be exported overseas or even used domestically for various purposes, such as power generation. Vietnam is targeting to achieve net zero by 2050. The power system in the future needs to switch to carbon neutral fuel, and hydrogen will have a key role to play. Technology providers for power generation like Wärtsilä has been investing in R&D to develop the future profit aspect of our portfolio so that we are able to burn sustainable fuel. Right now, our IC engine are able already today to actually to offer up to 25% by volume of hydrogen blending with natural gas. And we are continuing to develop and future-proofing our engine to run on sustainable fuel, and is expected that we will have a power plant concept for operating on pure 100% hydrogen by 2026. Thus, to summarize, in terms of technology, the IC will be ready to burn hydrogen to produce electricity in the next few years. However, the timing and the extent of using hydrogen for the power generation will depend mostly on the whole value chain of the production of hydrogen, and which of course will impact its availability and affordability.
All right, thank you, Mr. Lam. So speaking of the PDP-8, which stands for Vietnam's Power Development Plan 8, that actually outlines ambitious goals for Vietnam's renewable energy development. So I'm also wondering, how does Wärtsilä's view and the current opportunities and challenges presented by the Vietnam energy transition, and what role does the company envision playing in Vietnam's policy journey?
Well, first of all, the approved PDP number 8 has planned to achieve up to 39.2% of renewable energy by 2030 and up to 71.5% by 2050 to support the country target of meeting its net zero target by 2050. With such high renewable penetration, the power system will continue to face challenges in maintaining its stability and reliability. Fortunately, PDP number 8 has recognized the important role of flexibility by adding a huge amount of flexible generation of up to 46.2 gigawatt by 2050 and energy storage up to 45.5 gigawatt by 2050. We, Wärtsilä, we envision a 100% renewable future. And an essential part of the future power system is renewable, supported by short and long duration balancing assets such as IC technology and BESS, battery energy storage.
Thank you for your sharing, Mr. Lam. System integration is a complex aspect of the modern energy project. So how does Wärtsilä's approach this seamless integration of various components, which includes energy storage, to deliver the optimized and efficient energy solution to Wärtsilä's clients?
Thank you for the question. The modern power system has various components with different characteristics. We at Wärtsilä, we believe that an intelligent software must be at the heart of the whole system. And we, Wärtsilä, we have our own energy management platform called the GEMS that monitor, control, and optimize energy asset on both site and portfolio level, addressing complex and technical factors. GEMS integrate and control individual resources entirely, comprising of energy storage, renewable, and even thermal balancing asset like the IC power plant. Using machine learning and historical data analytic to optimize the asset mix, GEMS enable customer to remotely monitor, operate, identify, diagnose equipment with unrivaled safety, reliability, and flexibility. Let me give you an example. GEMS is actually right now maintaining system strength, network stability, and energy security for our 250 megawatt hour energy storage system in South Australia. The flexible capacity provided by the system delivers an efficient means to balance the supply of energy from renewable and thus supporting the overall stability and reliability of the grid.
Thank you, Mr. Leong. So as we already shared so many insights and latest innovations, of Wärtsilä, which includes the ICE and BESS. So in terms of the project, can you share the specific projects or initiatives where Wärtsilä has successfully deployed energy storage system in the whole ASEAN countries? And what impact have the systems had on the reliability and sustainability of the local energy grid?
So thanks for the question. So Wärtsilä, we have delivered over 3.5 gigawatt / 7 gigawatt hour of BESS globally as a system integrator. And in APAC, we have key references in Australia, the Philippines, Taiwan, and Singapore. So even though the installed capacity of renewable energy in Vietnam has reached 27%, and the output has already contributed around 9 to 11% to the system due to capacity constraint. However, while the grid is being upgraded, the grid upgrades project are facing quite some potential delay. Energy storage is actually one of the popular solutions to solve this grid connection issue. Actually, the application is mostly known as grid reform. However, the challenge is only short term, as once the grid capacity is improved, the power system will face actually a bigger challenge in balancing intermittent renewable. And this is where BESS can bring various applications to the Vietnam market, such as capacity firming, energy shifting, ramp rate control, frequency control, and voltage regulation. And as you can see, energy storage has a big role to play in Vietnam in order to help the grid to be more stable and reliable.
Thank you, Mr. Leong. So as you mentioned, the grid congestions and the transmission challenges can be a really significant role or significant considerations in a market with high renewable energy penetration like Vietnam. So I'm also wondering how does Wärtsilä's energy storage technologies address these issues and maximum the renewable energy output?
Yeah, well, thanks for the question. I think for us, Wärtsilä, we believe that renewable is important. Renewable is the future. However, with renewable, you have intermittency, and I think this is where you need to think about what you do when the sun doesn't shine, what do you do when wind doesn't blow, and that's where flexible generation in terms of IC and BSS come into the picture. And this is where Wärtsilä, we call ourselves as an enabler for renewable energy. And as I mentioned earlier, Wärtsilä, we envision a 100% renewable future.
Thank you, Mr. Leong, and we truly appreciate your valuable insights and expertise on the evolving energy landscape and Wärtsilä's strategic role in shaping the sustainable energy solutions for the whole Asia-Pacific region. And the discussion today we had already had relies on the critical aspect from the potential of flexible generation in Vietnam to the global momentums of green hydrogen and the role Wärtsilä envisioned in Vietnam's ambitious energy transition outlined in PDPA. And I believe your in-depth explanation of Wärtsilä's approach to seamless system integration and successful deployment of energy storage systems across the Asia-Pacific showcase the company's commitment to optimizing energy solutions for a more sustainable and reliable future in this region. So on behalf of Leader Associates and our audience, we want to extend our sincere gratitude for your time and expertise, and your insights will undoubtedly serve as a valuable resource for all stakeholders and industry enthusiasts seeking for a deeper understanding of energy landscape in this dynamic region. Last but not the least, we hope you found this interview informative and insightful. Please stay tuned for more thought-provoking discussion on future sustainable energy solutions, not only in the ASEAN region, but also globally. Thank you so much for your participation, Mr. Long.
Thank you very much, and again, thank you for inviting us. And I look forward to see all of you online in Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam, in October for the conference and the exhibition. Thank you very much. Bye bye.